I did something bad, and I know I should probably feel more remorseful, but I don't. I don't. I enjoyed myself. I had sex with someone else. It's not like I'm married, I've been seeing someone for a while. A couple of years. I know. It's not an excuse. We are committed, we've been monogamous. But I don't feel like he sees me anymore. I don't see him. We're just sort of these two people living our lives, conjoined because we agreed to that at some point, but we have sex and it's like, I don't want to say by rote exactly, but touch A, B, C, D, orgasm if you're lucky, and we're done. There's no worship to it. I used to feel like it was a form of worship, you know, that you'd be worshiping each other's body, recognizing the beauty and the magic. And then it just became like a paint by number, you know? Oh, I know this does it for you. I know this does it for you, and this. Thing is, it stopped doing it for me because there was none of that initial lust and passion to it. So I was at a work function and it was silly, my dress got caught. And my coworker, Jim, who I've always kind of thought was cute, but I'm not single, so I try not to think about him like that. I happened to be passing by the ladies and I said, "Hey, Jim, come over here and help me get back into my dress." And he said, "Well, how about if I help you get out of it?" And I'd like to blame it on the G&Ts or the festivities. I work for a publishing company. We just had a big hit that I was on the team for, so I don't know, I'd like to say that it was a combination of that, but the truth is that I felt seen. For the first time in a long time, I felt sexy and like something special. So I said, "Why don't you?" And I think I'd almost feel better or less guilty if the sex was mediocre, but it was pretty fucking hot. I mean, yeah. Yeah, and now I'm the asshole, right? I am the asshole. I don't know if I'm gonna tell him or if I'm just gonna break up with him. Like, "Brian, you know what? This isn't working." I mean, why tell him? Then I'm just the slut who slept with somebody else, and it's obvious that we're not working anymore. We haven't worked in a while. And I know that's all excuses. because I cheated. I did. I'm a cheater. And people always say it just happened. It's like the most overused statement, right? Oh, it just happened. We just kissed. It just happened. But it doesn't just happen. You don't just fall in love. You don't just fuck somebody else. You make a choice. You make a decision. So I take responsibility for that. I made a choice. I made a decision. I said, hell yeah, I am on board with this. And I think the shocking thing about it is that I would expect to feel guilty or bad or ashamed. But I just feel really good. I feel sexy and wanted and alive. I feel really awake. It's like I've been sleeping for at least the last year. And I'm not blaming Brian, and I'm not blaming him. I always had this fantasy that two people coming together could create something greater than what you could create on your own. You know, that coming together, that energy, that fire would just ignite and it did. It did for a while. And then it just made everything worse. He's always bored. Always bored. What are we gonna do? I'm never bored. Never. And I think this is just my way of giving myself an excuse. Strong, independent woman can't break up with her boyfriend when she should, so she goes and fucks somebody else. I think about what my family would say, what the world thinks about a woman who cheats on her man. Slut, whore. We're not committing adultery at this point because we're not married, so I'm not an adulteress. And I don't feel any of that. I just feel free. I feel like a bird who's been caged up, watching everything from between bars. And suddenly, the door opened and I am gone. And he doesn't even know. He didn't want to come to the party. I did invite him. I did. But he didn't want to come. He's tired. He's been working a lot. Yada yada. He doesn't like work functions. Now I'm gonna start ragging on him. But he never liked my work functions. He's always, oh, I never know what to say. I'm not a people person. I'm very introverted. You know, excuse after excuse. And it's like, you know, I do shit for you that I don't want to do. That I don't particularly enjoy. But I do it because I love you. Maybe I'm just sacrificing myself so I can say, oh, I did this for you. And he's just sitting at home, thinking nothing's changed. And I wonder, is he happy? Hasn't he noticed that something's different, that something's gone, that aside from the sex not being nearly as hot, we don't... Sometimes it's like we don't even connect as much as people I meet on the street. And I wonder, do you even notice? There's this Jacques Prévert poem, and he talks about two people sitting at breakfast and never saying a word, and that's how it's been for a long time. And I'm kind of hoping he'll create a scene. And he'll care enough to create a scene, because would frankly be more exciting, more interesting, and more real, more vital than what we've been doing for the last fucking year and a half.